folks, look what we've got here. Something new. Something new. So, finally we've got a new entry into the lesser known brands, and there have been some guitars cropping up on in the usual places, going by the name Jaymz. And this particular version is Jaymz or Z. The reason why I'm spelling it for you is because I actually found one spelled James, and I'll talk about those in a later video. But this here is the Sitka, solid Sitka top with the abalone trim. Getting in your light there. Nice abalone trim. One piece of rosewood in the back. We can get the light to show that for you. One piece of rosewood in the back, bound with, looks like perhaps maple. Really nice rosewood bridge, rosewood fretboard with the diamond abalone inlays, and just regular chrome tuners on the top there. It's faced, the headstock is faced with rosewood, which is nice to match the back. But so these are there are other versions of Jaymz that are more standard Spruce and Sapelli. This is sort of like the two deluxe versions that I've found, and it is a solid Sitka spruce top, mahogany neck. I'm not going to lie to you, I had to do a ton of work on both these guitars that I was going to show you. This one here needed lots of fretwork. The frets were really bad. I told the person I got them from, if you'd have sold this to a regular person, it would be coming back. It would be returned to you. I said I had to do tons of work on setting this thing up, more than the normal setup. I mean, I practically had to re-level and re-crown these frets. So that's the downside of buying some of these unknown brands, is they need a lot of work, but it really is a pretty guitar. The appointments are really nice. It's just a shame that yeah, they come with such a horrible, well, I want to say factory setup, but no setup at all, really. I mean, this thing was buzzing all over the place when I got it out of the box. And, you know, for that split second, you're wondering, even I, a luthier, are going to have to send this back. I mean, there are times where you just can't adjust the problems out. But I've got it playing. The truss rod situation was bad. It was backbowed, and then the frets. I corrected one or two frets, then realized that I needed to get the bar out and do more or less a full level and re-crown job on this thing, and that's just going to put a lot of people off. But this one's fine. So bear that in mind if you decide to go for one of these from the auction sites. You're in for some tough setup. The other one is, by the way, this is a AG415ER, and the other one is a nice matte finish, and I think this is Adirondack spruce, AG41CSCW. Same kind of headstock. This one is the matte finished Cutaway. So this was the matte finished, and that's a different kind of spruce, still select top. And the pretty thing about this is if you turn it around, That's really nice walnut, really pretty walnut finish on that. And I just prefer these matte finished guitars. I mean, the Spruce Rosewood one's really nice, but if I had to pick one of the two, I'd certainly go for this one. And again, I had to do a lot of setup on this. Not quite as bad as the other one, but still a lot of setup on this, and I still may have to do some adjustments as these settle down into my atmosphere here. Often I get the guitars, I wait till they settle, I set them up, and then I wait for them to settle some more, and I often have to do some tweaking. The idea is to get them playing as well as possible, for whether I decide to keep them or move them on. Doesn't really matter. I want them to play as well as possible, as well as I possibly can. But I spent a couple of hours on these frets, on both these guitars, and then informed the person, if you have any more of these left, you might want to check your warehouse, because they were in horrendous condition when I got them. But they're really nice. It's a shame. They're really nice guitars, but this is not abnormal, folks. This is kind of one of the points of my channel. A lot of these mystery brands that I come up with and I feature, I will always tell you, please either have somebody on hand who can do the setup for you affordably, or learn a little bit yourself so you can tweak these things and get full value out of them. Because, you know, I would think that most people ordering these who do not have any sort of setup know-how will just be so disconcerted receiving these and tuning them up and seeing how they buzz all over the place, and they would just return them. You know, and I've had quite a few scenarios like that with these lesser known guitars, which is why I always am talking about setup constantly through all my videos. If you could do a standard action setup, if you can level frets, if you can dress frets, if you can clean up fret ends, if you can clean up a rudely slotted nut, sounds interesting, doesn't it? And other small issues, then you know you shouldn't have any fear buying these things online, sight unseen. But if you don't have those skills, then either buy them from someone like me who sets them up, or you know, go to a shop and pay retail. I wouldn't advocate anyone to buy stuff on these auction sites unless they have or have access to some sort of setup to make them play better. But anyway, these are the Jaymz guitars, and this one is the I've already told you the model numbers. This one is the Spruce and Walnut back. The other is the Spruce and Rosewood back. They're both faced with laminates on the headstock. Nice guitars, need a ton of work. I don't advocate buying them unless you can do a damn good setup. Alright, off to the game now, and well, go off to watch it, I should say. Have a great day.